welcome back to the Football Terrace. It's the Bet Victor Top 6 show, the final show before Christmas is upon us. Most of the Boxing Day fixtures and the festive fixtures are going ahead. There have been some cancellations, as we know. Got a great little team with me tonight. Man like Lies back in the house with Wi-Fi connection. The last few times his Wi-Fi is bugged out. It is bugged. Honestly, his Wi-Fi was bottled it like a Brendan Rodgers defense. Absolutely crumbled away. We're joined, of course, by Patrick. He's here looking slick, looking like a bottle of Ribena tonight.
That's it, purple patch, baby. We're going for a purple patch, so I thought I'd wear this, you know what I mean? And represent. You see it?
I like it. And Louis here as well. Louis back, Liverpool win. Louis turns up, general way, as it were. How you doing, Lulu?
Oh, he's on mute.
I was gonna say, then I'd be on the show almost every week if I only came on when Liverpool win.
I know. A great result for you last night. Tell us all about it, Lou. How did you feel?
So I went.
on here, Nank.
How did you fall for that? How did you fall for that?
To be fair, I understand the salt coming from someone that got knocked out of the competition already. I get it. Someone that's got nothing to play for would want to mute a fan that's got everything.
I'm only joking. Now, listen, I was buzzing for you lot last night. Actually, like I just got into the. Do you know what I do when my team's out now? I just get myself into the spirit of things. The only thing I was annoyed about with the Carabao Cup this week was only one game Tuesday. We had to kind of try and balance all three last night. That's really annoying. Like, it would have been better to have 2 and 2. It's a lot easier to do that. But yeah, really good result for Liverpool, who see themselves through. And look, I want to start with Liverpool really today, boys, because their game on Boxing Day with Leeds has been postponed. Nothing to do with Liverpool's end. It's very much Leeds United's end of things. They've been given permission to postpone this game. Louis, from your point of view, good or bad news that you're getting a day? Is it a day's rest, or are you worried about losing 3 points and more ground on Man City?
So the only reason this is bad news is because it means Andy Robertson misses the Chelsea game. Other than that, there is absolutely no issue with this at all. This is fantastic news, if anything, for Liverpool. Klopp has been one of the biggest outspoken managers. Some people like it, some people don't, about the fact that people are playing on Boxing Day and then on the 28th. So not having to play 2 games in 2 days is a great thing. It means we'll be more rested for that Chelsea game, which is obviously a huge game in the title. So yeah, for me, it's a great thing. It means that we won't have to play 2 smaller sort of strength squads, like split our squad over 2 basically 11s for that Leeds game and that Leicester game. It means we'll go full strength into the Leicester game, which is fantastic. I'm never going to say no to getting an extra few days rest over the festive period. For me, this is a good thing. The game will be postponed at a much later date because there's actually no space for it to be postponed. I've seen some people saying it will take place during AFCON. There's actually no space for it to take place during AFCON. So there's no worry about that. Yeah, for me, this is great news. Gives Liverpool a few days extra break, particularly with COVID cases and things like that. It just, any chance to limit your team mixing with another team right now for either injury or COVID, I'm more than happy with.
I hear a lot of that. I do hear a lot of that. Do you know what? I've always found this strange, actually, why it's only been the last couple of years people have started moaning about that game between Christmas and New Year's and Boxing Day. I know Klopp's been someone that's wanted it gone, but it's always been here. I've only found it weird. It's the last 3 or 4 years that people have begun to have an issue with it. It's very strange.
Never 2 in 2 days. There's never been a 26th and the 28th, or it is a new thing. It's not always been there.
So is it? I've just always feel like that game's always been there. Maybe I'm wrong.
Not between the 26th and the 28th. There is never it's a recent thing where it's been 2 games in 48 hours. Okay. So yeah, and for me that is absolutely ridiculous. To ask players to play 2 games in 48 hours is absolutely ridiculous.
No, that's that's fair if it's new. I just always thought that it was around. I don't know about you, Patty. Like, I know you've obviously been watching it, and Lias, like I always thought it was like this over Christmas.
Same. I thought it was as well. I've not really noticed this as a new thing. So correct me if I'm wrong. I've always thought we just have that packed in, jammed in Christmas festive fixture list. That's why we all, as football fans, love it, because we get those back-to-back games. So I'm not sure. Obviously, it's done for commercial reasons. We get that, but yeah, I've always thought it to be around. And Jurgen Klopp's come to the Premier League. He knew. For me, I just think he's a bit whiny at the moment.
So I've just gone and checked here. In 1999, because I just threw 1999, it's a long way away. Man United played Bradford on the 26th of December, and then played Sunderland on the 28th.
Exactly. As long as I've been watching football, it's been around. So don't get me wrong, I wasn't around to watch the Premier League when
campaign against Liverpool.
Yeah. It's just Jurgen Klopp crying.
In fairness, but Jurgen Klopp, when he's crying, he's not crying for last season when he was moaning about the Wednesday game and then in the Champions League and playing the 12:30 kickoff. He was supporting Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, saying, no, it's not right. We need to be taking these players' welfare into consideration. When he's saying that, of course, he's got Liverpool at the front of his mind. But it's not an issue that Liverpool fans are moaning about.
I just checked here. I just threw another random year in. I threw the 2003-2004 season. Games on Boxing Day on the 26th, and then games on the 28th. So it's been around for at least 20 years.
So I've thrown out one here. Liverpool in 2015, we played December 26th and December 30th. So that's 4 days instead of 2 days.
No, sometimes you'll get a bit of luck of the draw. Sometimes
Man United obviously play on the 27th, and then I'm not too sure when that game after that is. But I'm just saying, this as far as I can remember. Some teams have played I don't think they've added a new fixture in. I do feel like this has always been.
Well, no, but this season has been condensed to fit in, so the next season can start earlier, so the Qatar World Cup can take place. So this season as a whole is far more congested.
Everyone in the comments saying the same thing. It's always been there. It's always been there. Always been there. Klopp cry. Klopp loves to moan when he loses. It's Jurgen Klopp. That's just what he does.
Okay.
No, it's one of them things. It's one of those weird moans in football for me, like people that complain about playing Thursday, Sunday, but don't complain about playing, don't complain about Wednesday, Saturday. I never understood. I think sometimes it becomes like you plant the seed for the excuse early, and we as fans, we buy into it. When we've got a manager we love and respect, when they plant that seed as to why we might lose or win, we all jump on that like a bitch in heat. Or every single one of us do. And I think that's why it catches on. But yeah, I always thought the Christmas fixture list were like that. Just being a kid, I remember it was more match of the day, just felt like it was on all the time.
I just don't remember 2 games in 2 days.
You just don't remember having a team that was highly competitive and was moaning about it. That's what it is.
Listen, Terry. Listen, in the past few years, with Liverpool being so competitive, I've had 2 games in consecutive days. So it happens. I get it. But what the whole Klopp cry thing, I get it. It's a thing, and it's a big thing. This isn't an issue that only impacts Liverpool, though. When he's saying what he says, he's doing it for players across the board. For teams across the board, because it is ridiculous. And you know what? We've seen him say this about the vaccine. He's not just saying it because of Liverpool. He is genuinely, in my view, and I might be looking at this through rose-tinted glasses, because in my eyes, Klopp is a saint and can do no wrong. But when he says a lot of what he says, it is for players' welfare across the board.
It's not a Klopp thing for me. It's more, I've started to see in the last few years, people complain about the fixture list at Christmas. But they haven't done that in the past. I also don't listen to the reason why I don't listen to any manager moaning or any club moaning, especially the big boys, because it's our clubs in non-COVID worlds that will start, travel across the world in pre-season, which is extra miles, extra time away from families, and everything else. And they do that for money. I just think we like to throw in excuses as to why we might lose. I remember I swear it was Chelsea. They did an end of season tour a few years ago, or no, Man City did it. But it was
Chelsea too, both of them.
Yeah, they both did like an end of season tour. So I just look at it from the point of view of I'm not having a pop at any one manager. I just felt it weird that suddenly all these fixtures, when fitness is at the best it's ever been in football, is now more of a problem than when footballers are drinking. So I don't know. It's an interesting one. But boys, from your point of view, though, do you think Liverpool missing out a round of games, could that be more beneficial, or could it be detrimental to their title hopes?
I don't think it'll be. Go ahead, Patrick. Go ahead.
I'd say beneficial right now, considering they're missing quite a few key players. It gives them more time to to basically level up and recharge. So I think it's a good thing. No Liverpool fan will be complaining. It's actually a nice thing. They got an extra few days, and it gives a few players a chance to obviously get back into full fitness, and a few players to like get back into training and blah blah blah. So yeah, for me, if I was Liverpool right now, I'd be happy with it. They just got through the a tough game against Leicester, and now they've got an extra couple of days rest.
I agree. I have nothing else really to add. I think there's not a world out there where missing a game and playing a few days later is going to hurt Liverpool. It's not like they're missing. It's not like United, who for me, I think it will hurt them, because this is what, 2 games going on 3 now that they don't play, and they don't train either. That was a big one too, right? Carrington was closed. Liverpool are going to be training. They're going to be okay. So for me, this isn't a problem whatsoever.
Yeah, look, it's going to be intriguing for them. I think the only thing they have to watch is the potential bottleneck later on down the line, because I think at halftime yesterday they didn't expect 2 extra games in January, with the semi-final now against Arsenal, which is 2 legs, which I also think is crazy. It should be 1. They should be bringing these games down. You've got the FA Cup starting, and that's an extra round of games, which we know there's going to be rotation in that. It's just how they cope through the AFCON period, the extra games in this period, and when they then play this game as well. You've got to be hoping from a Liverpool perspective that you get a kind placement, really, and you hope that it's not put, what you don't want, you get the midweek, there'll be one of the midweeks off you get when the knockout stage of the Champions League begin. You don't want to have to play this game on one of those weekends off, because it's an extra game that you don't want. But I think overall, though, so give me 3 points. Liverpool Football Club are never going to get beat by Leeds United. Leeds United are too open, too easy. They are beyond a joke. So look, it's just a delay in the inevitable, really, that game has been cancelled.
I do want to say one thing though about Liverpool's injury issues or squad depth issues. I think that recently, a lot of Liverpool fans have had to eat their words in terms of what they said over the summer about how we wouldn't be able to compete on all fronts with the current squad depth that we've got. I understand it, but with key players out, we're still doing fine. Yesterday, yes, it did require subbing off a bunch of teenagers and bringing on your likes of Naby Keita, your likes of Konate, and James Milner, but none of those, I think, would get into Liverpool's strongest 11 anyway. Those 3 that came on yesterday. So it's still squad depth that's shining through. I think
Jota would.
Sorry, forgot Jota came on. Yes.
Sorry.
Even Jota, I don't think gets it. If there was a Champions League final tomorrow.
What? No, yes, he does. Stop. Now you're capping. Now you're capping. Exactly.
Hang on. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that to diminish Jota. Jota is sensational. No one thought he was going to be as good as he is. Klopp just absolutely adores Firmino. He adores what Firmino
gets
does.
in the best 11. Trust me. If you play Firmino over Jota as a rival fan, I'm laughing.
I think we do, because I think that certain games, certain things. But I think that if there was a Champions League final tomorrow, the whole squad's fit, I think that there is a pretty solid chance that Klopp plays Firmino. I don't think, for me, it wouldn't be the right thing to do. Jota's in the scoring vein of his life.
The second top scorer in the league.
That's what I mean. He's incredible. But I mean, if you look at the comments here, we got Firmino would start ahead of Jota. Klopp would play Firmino.
I also see Jota as ahead of Bobby now. No, JK would play.
No,
Jota.
that's Jota ahead of Mane. I think that if anything, that there's a shout to play Jota ahead of Mane. But I do think Firmino plays. But the point remains, we used our squad depth well yesterday in terms of players.
Yes.
Ox coming on, playing well. We were without Mane, without Salah. We played well. It was one of those games where beforehand I didn't really care. I just wasn't that bothered, but I got into it. And I was celebrating more than anything when we won. What are those eyebrows, Terry? Go on, tell me. What are you?
Look, I don't believe this is not a Liverpool thing, so please don't think about it as your club. I don't believe any fan when they say they don't care about trophies.
Facts.
When you're talking to fans who support clubs that are built upon winning trophies, when Man United and Liverpool fans argue who the biggest is, we get every trophy out we've ever won and we line it up and go, who's got the most? So I don't believe in this notion. You've got Liverpool fans, Spurs fans here. They're so desperate for trophies. They tried to create one with the Audi Cup. That's how important trophies are.
Me, I agree.
the League Cup's been one of these trophies where I know I've done it. So this is one of those things that I'm talking from experience. In my younger days, it was like Mickey Mouse Cup. It don't matter. We'd get knocked out of it, and I would in private. I'd sit there and stew and be annoyed. Like I want to be in this semi-final. So, and do you know how I know you guys wanted it last night? The KLOPP. The noise your fans made.
The atmosphere was amazing.
Proves that those diehard Reds, home and away Reds, wanted to win that game for so many reasons. And trophies are important. So no, I just the only thing I disagree with in what you said there was you weren't that bothered. You were sitting there when you were 3-1 down and you were fuming.
I hate when rival fans say that, especially Liverpool fans, because they love throwing that one out. Because whenever all-time great teams are talked about, and we have like the treble-winning United and the recent quadruple-winning City, it's always Liverpool fans who are like, "Well, I'd rather win this one trophy than win these three because no one gives a shit about the Capital One Cup." No one cares about it when they don't win. When you win it, it's an important trophy to win.
Let me just say, as a Liverpool fan's perspective, when I mean I don't care, my priority is always the Premier League and the Champions League. So for me, it's an added bonus. If we decided, you know what, we're going to rest the entire first team to ensure that if we played Chelsea the next, like a couple of days later, to ensure we win that, I'd be like, sure, yeah, fantastic. Let's play the kids and make sure we're rested for that. The Premier League, for me, should always be the priority. This, if it's something you can do as well as that, as well as not potentially jeopardizing your chance in the Premier League.
I understand that. I do understand that the Premier League is the priority. You wouldn't rest players from a Prem game to win the Carabao Cup. I respect that, but I don't believe fans when they say they're not bothered. Comment here says, Terry, you said the Super Cup and the World Club Championship aren't trophies. Now, again, let me be consistent in this. When my club's in them, I want to win them. What I've said before is that I don't get overly gassed about them. I don't personally look at them as something that elevates you massively as a football club. And it's hard for me to prove because my club is not in them at the minute. But there'll be a day when Man United are in a Super Cup again. There'll be a day when we're in the World Club Championship again, hopefully as well. You won't see my mood towards it change. So I can only prove this to you when we're in it. I think they're nice to win. They're nice to have. But I don't look at them like winning the League Cup is harder than winning the World Club Championships. So my view is that it makes it lower down than the League Cup because
it's not.
It definitely is, bro. You play 2 games to win the World Club Championship. You play a team from Japan, you play a team from Africa.
Chelsea in it this year. Are there any teams in the World Club Championship this year that Chelsea are going to play that are as good as Liverpool and City?
Or Spurs or Arsenal?
You've got to win the Champions League.
No, but that's the point. You win the Champions League. That's the cup part.
You're not listening to my point.
So then it's not easier to win.
No, it is easier. It is. The competition in it is easier.
The competition in isolation is easier.
Louis, just wait. I understand your point. You have to qualify for it. My view is, though, that this season, Chelsea winning the League Cup is a harder achievement than this season winning the World Club Championships. Now, I'm not putting Chelsea down. If Man United are in it, I say the same thing. So I'm only responding to that super chat. The League Cup for me is a bigger and harder trophy because there's harder teams in it. Like, in fairness, winning the League Cup is harder most of the time than winning the Europa League. Because when was the last time in the last couple of years you had a team as good as Liverpool or City in the Europa League?
That's a fair point. And to be fair, this year, you can see the League Cup, teams are taking it seriously. You can even see that just by the semi-finals. Look at the 4 teams left in it. Like even Conte come out and said it. He goes, back in the days, people didn't really care that much about it. But now, because it's so difficult to get a trophy, you see the big boys are going full tilt in this. So, I stand by Terry.
Look, Man United once upon a time really disgraced me as a fan when they pulled out of the FA Cup to compete in this tournament. And I know it was called something different. It was called the International something
Intercontinental Cup, I think.
But it was the same.
Or whatever it was.
Yeah, I didn't like that. For me, it diminished one of the greatest and most historic trophies in the world in the FA Cup. And yeah, it's one of them things for me. Like it's a closed tournament. I get it. It's a bit like the Super Cup for me. Is just Europe's version of the Community Shield. That's how it feels when I watch it. So yeah, they're trophies, but they're not. I look at the trophies. I count Premier Leagues, Champions League, League Cups, FA Cups, and then the other European Cups. Things like Cup Winners' Cups were massive in there. UEFA Cups, they then come in there behind that. But I hear you on that, Terry. But silverware is silverware. I didn't say it wasn't a trophy. I just said that it's not one that I look at. I'd rather win the League Cup. To be fair, I think the League Cup is big on myself. Take Terry. Take United's charity shields out of the count. I don't count the Charity Shields, my friend. I don't do that either. So I don't know where. I don't do that. It's a weird one. That, I remember getting shit from United fans when I said we didn't win 3 trophies with Jose. We won 2. No, we won the Community Shield. I'm like, where's this come from? Must be an American thing. Must be the American.
I will say though, in terms of Liverpool fans' feelings towards the domestic cups, I believe it's brought on by Klopp's attitude towards them. Like, he doesn't do the press conferences for the domestic cups. He just sends his assistant to do them. So I think that's why Liverpool fans don't care as much, because Klopp is perceived to not care as much. And there was a joke going around on Twitter yesterday. You know that picture of Klopp angry when he was at Dortmund, when he's like squaring up to the ref and his teeth showing? And it was like, oh, when Liverpool go 2-0 up in the final and the ref gives us another penalty, and it's Klopp like angry, because the whole joke is he doesn't care. He doesn't want to win. I think that's why Liverpool fans are perceived to not care about it, because that's like how Klopp is perceived. So they're like, oh, if Klopp doesn't care, why should I care? But obviously, he does care.
Do you think, question for you, do you think you're going to play your strongest team versus Arsenal?
Hell yeah.
So the only reason I do is because, again, the Premier League thing, the midweek game, so the 2 Arsenal legs are sandwiched in between an FA Cup game against Shrewsbury. So we will play, but if that was a game against Man United,
what a horrible week for Jurgen Klopp. He's going to have to pretend to be happy with those 3 wins.
I know, exactly. I know. What's he going to do? But no, it's like, if that was a Man City game in the middle, no, I don't think we play our strongest team. But because that's a Shrewsbury game, I do. But I don't even think he'll play the strongest team. I think he'll rotate slightly. So I'd be very surprised if in those 2 games you see Liverpool's strongest 11.
There we go. Big Boxing Day for Chelsea. Gargantuan. Couldn't get any Chelsea fans on today. I literally asked everyone I know. I even started asking people that I don't even think are that good at content creating, because
fucking hell, man.
Oh man, you're scraping the barrel.
When they said no, I was happy. I was like, I wanted to speak to Chelsea fan. They're all busy. They're all shopping, out with the missus and whatnot. The only person who's got a proper good excuse is Anita, to be fair, because she's legit at work and she has a job that's obviously going on quite late. But Chelsea, I'm not going to say they're in the mud. I still think they're in the title hunt. Of course they are. But go away to a very good Villa under Steven Gerrard. How big is this game for them, Lias? Like, how must win is this match? 86% of the vote so far of the viewers have said it is must win. Like, what's your take on that, Lias?
I was actually at the Chelsea game last night. I went to go watch them versus Brentford. It was boring as hell. Let me tell you, that was one of the worst experiences I've had watching football live, like, ever. But they looked organized, which, to be honest, like, I think Chelsea always do. I think the biggest issue with Chelsea right now is something that we've hinted at all season. And it's like, how quickly can Thomas Tuchel find the right chemistry and the right 3 in that attack and get this attack firing? And we are now in December, almost January, and they still have not reached that point. And I think naturally the goals from the center backs were going to dry up. You weren't going to have Rudiger and Thiago Silva scoring every single game. And I think they're in a bit of a rut right now. They're also unfortunate to be in a Premier League season with 2 teams that don't look like they're ever going to drop points. It's crazy. How big is this weekend, though? It's massive. And I think you're spot on with the fact that Villa have looked really, really strong since Steven Gerrard is here. And if they don't win this game, personally, I don't think they will win the league anyways, whether they win this game or not. But I think, this game probably sums it up that they will not be winning the league this year. But if they are to have any chance, even though I don't really give them one, I think they have to win. They absolutely have to win. But for me, it's between City and Liverpool. I still think City will get it done come the end of the season. They just look so dominant in every single game. And Chelsea, even in the games they are winning at this moment, are by the skin of their teeth. And I don't think that's a sustainable way of winning a title.
Yeah, it's crazy because I thought at the beginning of the season, I was saying Chelsea were going to win the league, and I still stood by it even when they start to drop points. But now I look at it and I'm like, I can't see it. And like you said, Leons, they're winning games. They're just scraping by, dropping a lot of points. Obviously, Brentford away, and Brentford didn't, they played a reasonably strong team, but they didn't play every, one of their big boys. And Chelsea struggled. And Villa away is going to be a tough game. Gerrard is obviously got those guys playing out of their skin, and I think it'll be another draw. I don't think Chelsea will lose, but I think it'll be difficult for them to beat them.
I think Chelsea's bad. I wouldn't call it bad luck, but I think Chelsea's good luck's going to start kicking in, where I could see them winning 1-0 or something, kind of a lucky win. And that's all you need. You need sometimes those lucky wins where you don't deserve to win, and then you get a lucky penalty, or you get like an own, almost like they got yesterday, where the own goal was a bit of a freak, and then they get a penalty through Jorginho. You kind of need those wins. And I could see that happening this weekend. They've still got those players out. Like, let's not be honest. Let's not lie. Chelsea are in a bad state. Like, it's rival fans. It's good to joke in terms of that they're struggling right now. But in terms of injuries and COVID, they're still in a pretty bad position with a lot of key players out in a lot of positions. So, yeah, for me, I think Chelsea are at the title race purely because I don't know. And that's nothing against Chelsea. I just don't see City dropping 6 points, and that's how far they're behind, I believe. Like, I can't see City losing 2 games. City are going to maybe lose 1 or 2 games for the rest of the season, and that's guaranteeing Chelsea win everything.
Yeah, exactly.
I just don't see it happening at all. I think it is between Liverpool and Chelsea, and Liverpool and City, and I give Liverpool even an outside chance because, again, I just don't see City dropping a lot of points.
So strong, man.
They are, and it's one of those things where when we talk about, people put Chelsea in the squad depth conversation with City a bit of summer, and I was like, it's not. When you look at City's squad depth, they can take 3 players out and replace them with 3 equally good players. You could take Sterling out and put Mahrez in. You could take Foden out and put Grealish in. You could take Bernardo out and put De Bruyne in. The depth, it's on a new level. They've almost, City could split into City 1 and City 2 and go into the Premier League and both finish in the top 4. That's how good City's depth is. So I don't see Chelsea still being in the title race, but I think and I don't see them struggling to qualify for the top 4, but I think that they need to start picking up wins fast to ensure that they are guaranteed that 3rd place and can maybe give Liverpool a run for their money for 2nd place. But it's going to be a great game again. As Liverpool fans, it's weird because I've not now got that added interest in every Villa game. And I want nothing more than, I don't know, for some reason, if it comes down to the end of the season and Liverpool beat Chelsea by 3 points, and it's Gerrard that handed us that win by beating Chelsea. Like, it's the stuff of dreams. It's the stuff of but
you're thinking too far ahead.
You want to give him a medal, don't you?
Oh, million. Hang on. Liverpool play City on Villa play City on the final day of the season. You have no idea how much I want us to be neck and neck.
If Villa were to beat City on the final day of the season, which enabled you to win the league, do you think Liverpool fans would start a petition for Gerrard to get a medal?
But people start.
You guys are gross, man. You guys are gross.
They would.
No, you'd get like people saying on social media, like, "Oh, the slip has been vindicated." You'd get that. You would get that. You'd 100% get that. You would, and you know what? Part of me wants it.
I know, and you'd all sit there and be like, "Yeah. I can't wait to see it."
Fucking hell, man.
Hang on, Gerrard would have won the Premier League. What can you do?
Can you imagine? Yet the trophies aren't ever important, according to some. But yeah, do you know what? I think in terms of this game, it's beyond must win, and it's every single one of Chelsea's next, I think, 4 to 5 league games. Villa, they play Spurs soon. They've got Liverpool soon. They've got City soon. They're all must win if they are to win the Premier League. They've got this 6-point deficit to turn around with Man City. So they have to end this run of festive and early Jan games by beating City. They can't lose that game. Chelsea have put themselves with dropping 11 points in their last 8 games, failing to win 5 of them. They've put themselves now into a position where they cannot lose any more games if they want to maintain this title race. And that pressure is immense. And I think you can see that in the last few performances from Chelsea. You could see it in their real desperation to have the game against Wolves postponed. They were so desperate for it, but they didn't meet the criteria and they couldn't. And you sort of, in the second half, you saw an actual football performance. In the first half, it was almost like them feeling sorry for themselves. And Villa are really good. And yes, Liverpool and City beat them. but there were moments in those games where they were involved. They did well, and Chelsea are going to have a very, very difficult game on Sunday in this match, and Chelsea have got to be beyond at it, because there will be this moment now for Gerrard. When he turns, I think Gerrard will know this, and his team will know, every ground Gerrard turns up at, especially if it's a rival or a loose rival. Chelsea, Liverpool have a rivalry that actually stems back 30 odd years. They'll want to, Chelsea fans will want to win this game because Gerrard is the manager as well.
They're going to sing the Demba Bar chant.
Of course. And it bigs it up. So I think you're going to get Villa come with a bit between their teeth. They're going to want this. They're going to want to win this for so many reasons. And one of them is going to be for their manager. That one thing I'll say about Gerrard, he does look the real deal at the moment.
Oh my God, he does.
In the way he talks, the way his team's set up, the fact that he's coming to the... this ain't no new manager bounce at Villa. He's just this good, I think.
Yeah,
and he's very, very good indeed. He really, really is good. And I think Chelsea could drop more points in this game, to be fair. I really do think Chelsea can drop in more points.
Listen, as a Liverpool fan who watched that game, and I'm sure City fans will say the same thing, those two games against Liverpool, Villa, and City Villa could have been 2 draws. They could have easily been 2 draws. And I'm not just saying that because I want Gerrard to do well and I'm trying to give him a bit. Realistically, Liverpool didn't really deserve to win. We got a penalty through Salah. Villa had a chance at the end where they were looking like they could have got a point against City. If those were 2 draws, it would have been like, okay, fair enough, fair results. I can't see in Chelsea's vein of form them winning right now, but considering Chelsea and kind of just that luck they can get, it can all change. But it should be a good game.
Here's one thing though I will say about Chelsea: they have Kante and Kovacic back, and Kante after changed the game.
And Lukaku as well.
Lukaku is still someone for me they need to integrate.
Is he back?
Yeah, he's back now. That's what they're saying.
He's back in training, but Hudson-Odoi as well is back in training. But for me, Kante and Kovacic, Kovacic started the season off incredibly, and he had that injury that kind of obviously hampered him. But I honestly think those two, obviously, they're not going to be the ones who score goals for Chelsea, but they make them a much better team. And Kante in 14 minutes yesterday changed the game when he came on. Absolutely brilliant performance. And I think you will see an improved Chelsea team with those two guys in the 11.
I mean, to be fair, you got the second half of Wolves, and that was still 0-0. So it isn't, and there's a difference in being able to play and then being able to play, like being fully fit, fully ready. Right. I think it's going to take a little bit of time for, especially Kovacic, who was quite long-term, for him to come back and be what he was. But yeah, it should be a good game.
Yeah, I think it certainly will be. Viewers, I want your thoughts and I want your feelings on score predictions. We're going to take a look now at our title sponsors, Bet Victor, for what they believe the scores could be for this game. We're going to put that up on the screen now. I'm going to keep us all on screen for this rather than just my big head this time around. Do a little bit differently with 4 people. It's easier. What are we saying score prediction-wise? What are we really feeling for this?
1-1.
1-0 Chelsea.
I'm going 1-1.
By the way,
2-1 Chelsea.
By the way, very quickly, Patty, we put the bet on 2-1 Spurs actually. The other night.
You go. See, there you go.
So we won again. I'm going to go with Patty's 1-1. I'm going to go with Patty's 1-1. He gets quite a few of these right, you know. 7-1 is the odds. I'm going to put a little £3.50 stake on that. That's a return of £28. 1-1 is our prediction. But I do want to have a look here at what some of the viewers are saying here. Remember, the link to these odds are in the description below and pinned to the live comment section too. 2-0 to Chelsea. This is here. 2-0 to Chelsea actually gives you odds of 15-2. So not too dissimilar from 7-1. Quite a few people here, Ash G and Guna all saying 1-1 as well. Eric says 2-0 to Chelsea. Interesting one from Nazir that says 2-1 to Villa. 2-1 to Villa is 17-1. That is a 17-1 odds.
I'm surprised more people ain't going Villa, because for me, I'm either going draw or Villa. A lot of people are saying Chelsea. I don't know, man. I can't see Chelsea beating them away from home.
I think, and I mean on that, it's difficult, but I just can't, Chelsea at the end of the day, you look at the teams on paper, Chelsea should win.
Yeah.
Chelsea should win.
But
and I think that's why people will instinctively go.
The games ain't played on paper though, are they? That's the thing. And
they're not.
You get these moments where teams as good as they are, like Chelsea, don't get me wrong, a fantastic team in their day, but you can see right now, like even against Brentford, they got 2 lucky goals. It was a very harsh deflection and then a penalty. Otherwise, Brentford should have been 3-0 up by then. So it's a bit mad. You get teams, no matter how good you are, if you're playing for these really bad patches, you can struggle. And right now, Chelsea's confidence is low.
Yeah, again, 17-1 on 2-1 is worth a punt there. But viewers,
like
if any of you want me to put your bet on, send me in a super chat and we'll put that bet on for you right now. We'll get it done. Get the super chat in for this for this game there. We want to know what you're thinking, Phil. But I'm actually fancying a little 2-1. I'm fancying a little £1.50 little flutter on that myself there.
Yeah, why not?
I'm fancying that. I think that's a pretty good one, you know. It's a good return as well. Just over 27 quid, £27 return, sorry, on that, on just a £1.50 going into that. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting. It's the one game. Of course, I'm looking forward to my team playing the next day. But it's the one team. Chelsea are gonna win by a fluky goal or dodgy VAR. What Wesley's got to say is, what Wesley, you super chatted. You should have put in a score prediction. We'd have put that bet on, my friend. A few people saying, "Go on, Terry, do it." I don't know what I'm doing, bro. I don't know. Maybe you're a bit behind. Maybe you're watching the stream slightly behind. They're due a beating, is what Sean said. I don't know who
is in Villa. Villa, which, yeah, who's
probably
due?
Chelsea. He's probably on about them.
Maybe. But look, there we go. The next game, gents, that I want to feature and speak about. We don't have to spend too long on this. Actually, this will be we'll do quite a quick one. Norwich Arsenal. What's that? Everyone's seen an Arsenal win. We've all seen an Arsenal win, right?
Yeah,
all seen an Arsenal win.
Oh, we gotta deal with their shit for another week, man.
Arsenal win, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's pretty much a guarantee, isn't it? Arsenal win. What we saying score prediction wise for that?
Who's at home?
Norwich.
2-0.
Yeah, 3-0.
Yeah, 2-0 Arsenal.
2-0, 2-0, 3-1, something like that. It'll be an easy game for Norwich, for Arsenal, sorry.
Yeah, this ain't even one that I'm going to spend a lot of time talking about, because with all due respect to Norwich, they're getting absolutely destroyed. They're getting beat down. This is. Do you know what I mean? This reminds me of that famous meme. I'm not going to say loud on the air, but from Ricky Gervais in The Office. I think it's one of them ones. Do you know what I mean? I think it's going to be a beatdown.
They should have beaten you though, Terry. Like, if we're being honest.
Yes.
Since Dean Smith came in, they've
won 0 games since Dean Smith.
Exactly. There's been a bit of a bounce. But
I agree.
They're still awful.
Even with their manager bounce, they couldn't win a game.
I agree. But they are playing better football than they were under Daniel Farke.
No, you're right. They are, but they're still awful.
Against United, they looked good.
And listen, your dig at Man United doesn't change my mind. Arsenal were pamming them, bruv.
Yeah, I agree. No, I don't think it'll be a pamming. I think it'll be 2-0. Fairly fine. All right. Nothing. Yeah, nothing too like 6-0 like you're making up. In terms of pamming.
What are you saying, Patty?
I think it could be a 4-0. I think like Arsenal are in good, and I hate to say it, but I just got to be an honest football fan. Arsenal are in good form right now. They're scoring a lot of goals. There's a lot of confidence stemming through the side. I think even if Arteta does make changes, like even if he brings in Nketiah or even that young kid Patino, they're gonna smash them. It'll be comfortable, easy. They're past them to death. And obviously in the final third, Arsenal are quite dangerous. So it'll be about 4-0 for me. Norwich are crap.
They are crap.
Louis,
slightly less crap.
Louis, I'm gonna go with yours. I'm gonna go 2-0. I'm putting it's all on you. £4.
Go on, Louis.
£4. I'm putting a £4 bet here on Arsenal to win 2-0 against Norwich City. I
can see them scoring more goals than that, man. If I'm being honest, 2-0 is very conservative.
I can definitely see that.
I know what Terry's doing right now, bro.
He's setting them up.
No, I think Arsenal are gonna pam them. I really do. Now, we had a super chat that came in from Josh here, who says, "I agree, Terry. 2-1." He's put a super chat in, so we're gonna put another bet on here. Correct score on Villa to win 2-1. I'm going to put this £2 bet on as it's come in there from my guy, Josh. As we said, whatever super chats you guys put in for putting bets on, we will match those bets and put them on live on the air for you. That is done. That is locked in. That 2-1 bet is on there, Josh, my friend. That is done. That is over the line. Now, Spurs Palace, Patty. What are you saying? What are you saying to me? You're undefeated. Undefeated in
this
proper
one's
competition under Conte. Undefeated. What are you saying about playing Palace?
This one's a bit spicy because they smashed us, didn't they? 3-0. And it was a bad game, man. Conor Gallagher literally ran the midfield. And I was just like, yeah, I wanted to pretty much turn off my phone, turn off all notifications after that game, because that was a bad loss, a really bad loss. Like, there was no complaints. We got absolutely battered. So now, obviously, under Conte, we're looking so much better. I'm enjoying watching the team again. Whoever he brings in is actually playing as well. People like who are written off, like Eric Dyer. I mean, they said against Liverpool that, you know, Virgil van Dijk was missing, but he wasn't. He was there. Virgil van Dijk. Virgil van Dijk. He was there controlling that back line, clearing the ball like a colossus, running that thing, pinging passes from one side of the pitch to the other. Then we had obviously
Isn't he the reason you conceded yesterday?
Listen, everyone can make a mistake now and again. You know what I mean? It happens.
Terry, I got a quick question. Is Paul Tierney refereeing this game?
Oh my God!
No, Paul Tierney's in he's doing the VAR for the Liverpool game.
Thank God.
No, I swear to God, if this guy is anywhere near a Liverpool. Well, my point is, if Paul Tierney's refereeing the Tottenham game, they need an extra 3 goals on the bet, 4 goals on the bet, maybe 5 on the bet.
Stop it.
If we're being realistic, I mean, it just gives you 12 men, 13.
Yeah, you just know too. Harry Kane can pick up the ball and throw it into the goal, and it'll count too.
honestly, I cover wrestling for a living. There could be some wrestling moves going on with Harry Kane.
Ah, come on,
and he could get away with it.
Louis, didn't one of your players last night just injure Pereira for the rest of the season?
Exactly, assaulted him.
Have you tweeted about that?
Smashing tackle, Terry.
Listen,
have you tweeted about that today, or is it only because he's not the England captain?
Did VAR check it?
There's no VAR.
No VAR yesterday.
Exactly. That's my point.
Hang on, but your player injured Pereira for the rest of the season with a bad tackle from behind last night, and I haven't seen.
Show me where it says he's injured for the rest of the season.
So if he's injured for the rest of the season, that makes sense.
I'm just getting a Leicester City fan, George, who watches.
No. Well in, lad.
Let me ask a question. So, well in, lad.
Yeah, well in, lad.
No, that's poor from you, man. That is poor. After the game, the way you guys slaughtered Harry Kane, and then literally the next game you couldn't make it up. Your guy comes in with an even worse tackle.
No. The point is,
whenever I see fans do the whole Wenger did it when look, Eduardo's broken leg was disgusting, but. Was it Matthew Taylor that did it? Should never kick a ball again. It's like, oh, shut up, because you're going to have a player that commits a bad tackle in your team at some point. Keep your powder dry, man. Keep your powder dry.
You know, Pereira played on,
but he came off.
Yeah, he's out now.
Robertson played on against Spurs as well too.
Hang on, I am not saying my issue. My issue. No. Hang on. But what? You guys need to chill. When we were talking about Robertson and why it should have been a red card, no one was saying that he was out for the season like you guys were with Pereira. The point was, how can Kane's be a red card? Kane's not be a red card, but Robertson's be a red card. How can Kane's not be?
Kane's was. Yeah.
No, I agree. Kane's was, and Robertson's was.
You know, the craziest thing is, I've heard not one person say that Kane's wasn't a red. Everyone has said it was terrible. Like he should have
Exactly. That's the issue with Paul Tierney.
No, the issue that everyone's laughing at is that we're all very quick to jump on certain people for bad tackles, and then players that we've never heard of do it, and no one cares. Like, it's just crazy.
Well in, Tyler Morton.
No, that's poor. You should come on. That's shameless, bro. After the way you Liverpool fans slaughtered them, and then you had all the pundits coming out and saying, "Oh, if his leg was planted, it'd be broken. He's lucky he's walking." But I've not seen that same.
It's like how Liverpool fans vilified Jordan Pickford last year, right?
Yeah.
Jordan Pickford.
Well in Pickers.
Jordan Pickford should be in prison.
See what I mean? It's crazy. You don't need some balance, man.
Jordan Pickford should be in prison,
man. Now listen, I remember once. I remember this friend of mine who runs a pretty big Liverpool account. I remember he was posting about that. Like he's the guy that every time a Liverpool player like hurts or crunches someone, he'll put the video up going, "Go on, lad, get in." And if one of these players gets hurt, he is literally like, "Right, how do we get this guy arrested? We need social services to be called, check his kids are okay." Like man goes so Liverpool fans go deep on that. It's funny for me, really. But I don't know personally whether he's out for the season. I'm only going by George. Are you in the crowd? And normally here for most streams, George, who is a Leicester fan, normally says that. What game are we talking about anyway? Are we talking about Palace?
We were talking about Spurs Palace, and we kind of got sidetracked after I said the Virgil van Dijk comment. That rattled him. That's the one. That
I thought more of you.
You know who's been good, Patrick? You know who's been good under Conte is Harry Winks.
Yeah. I mean, like even yesterday, come on, started moving the ball forward. Stuff that we've been just crying for. Like,
real knows real, isn't it? Real knows real. When it comes to those two, they're both similar quality of player.
Oh, stop it! Come on, stop it!
It's a joke, Louis. Calm down.
No, I zoned out.
You know, I say that communist Merseyside. Yeah, they weren't let to laugh and joke in communist Merseyside. No,
I genuinely zoned out. I don't know who you were comparing Harry Winks to.
Nice, bro. Oh my God.
But Conte's doing bits. I'm enjoying watching Spurs play again. I do feel now we have a bit of a bite to us. Like even when West Ham scored yesterday, we just came back straight away and scored. And West Ham played well second half, but I didn't really feel that they would get that goal and assist. It's about time, isn't it? It's about time these guys actually did something.
Final, you can claim that as some clutch evolution. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know, man.
He's automatically one of Spurs' top 50 players ever now.
Come on.
When is the DVD from last night coming out?
That's low. Listen, we don't do DVDs anymore, man. Straight to YouTube. You should know that.
Straight to download doc on that one. We've got a lot of super chats doing score predictions. We are going to go back to the
Okay, cool. Score prediction for our game 3-1 Spurs.
3-1 Spurs. What are you saying, Lulu?
2-0 Spurs.
2-0 Spurs. Lies.
I'll go 2-0 as well.
2-0. I'm going to go with 3-0 Spurs. But then I'll throw the 3-1 in there. I'm going to throw Patty's in again. Patty's got a good record in this. So I'm going to put £5 on that.
Oh, okay.
14 to 1's good. 14 to 1's good odds.
Pounds. 5 big pounds. Boom, that's locked in. We've got some super chats here. I don't want to miss it. I've got loads from earlier to go back to. I am going to go to your super chats from earlier, people. But the score predictions here. Norwich are useless and hopeless. 4-1 to Arsenal.
There you go.
It's what's been said there by Wes. So we're gonna stick this in. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna refresh this page and go back to the Arsenal Norwich page here. Gonna go to correct scores. 4-1 to Arsenal. I've got to press the green button and scroll down. There's so many. 22 to 1, and you've put a little 199 in there. So we're going to put 199 in there. I might just do £2, mightn't I? With £2 in on that, if my buttons would work. There we go. £2. That gives me a £46 return, Wesley. Thank you. 1-1. Struggled to beat them at the Emirates. Josh thinks 1-1 is 9 to 1. I'm going to stick a little pound there on a 9 to 1 odd as well. What else we got? Arsenal will get complacent. Will be 2-1 to Norwich.
Nah, you lot ain't watching football. You got to be realistic, man. Come on. Like, even me as a Spurs fan, a massive Spurs fan, you got to be honest. Like, Arsenal winning this game, man. Come on.
That wins me £52 back if that comes on. We've got some Spurs predictions here, though. We've got some Spurs predictions. We've got to go back to the Spurs page, right?
Okay, I like that, Josh.
If you guys are going to super chat in for the Spurs one, get it done now so I don't have to keep changing pages, my people, right? So that's that one there. So we've got 4-1 to Spurs. All right, so we're going to go to correct scores. Get your score predictions in now, my people. Okay, I've got to press the green button again. 30 to 1.
Jeez.
And I've got to stick a little £2 on that. Little £2 there on 30 to 1. 2-1 to you kind of put Chelsea in there.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so he's saying Palace win 2-1.
Yeah. Palace 2-1 is 16 to 1 there. Little £2 bet on that one, my friend. Thank you. Locked in. That is locked in there. Have we had any more super chats come in? I don't want to miss them. No, we haven't as of now. We had a few more that came in though towards the end. It says, I'm a Liverpool fan. Morton should have been shown red. I don't know what Louis is on about. Seriously, poor take.
Well done. That's
well in. No, listen, well in, kid.
Scandalous.
Well in, kid.
Super chat from earlier that I missed. This one here says, Terry, would Liverpool in the final. Sorry, Terry would like Liverpool in the final, but if they don't, would love to see Arsenal Tottenham. You need to do a live watch along for that. Yeah, Arsenal Tottenham is what I want. I want to see Arsenal Tottenham in a final. That would be, I don't even know what the word for it is, but like putrid, horrible, and brilliant all at the same time.
Listen, if that happens, Terry, get me in for the watch along. That'll be sick.
That'll be. I'll be.
He doesn't have any other Spurs fans to get along, bro. You're 1-1.
There's loads. Don't try it. Don't.
Spurs fans in socials. What is funny is the only thing rivals can criticize Klopp about is whining and moaning. I would take that over being incompetent like Nuno and Ollie.
Yeah, but they're both sacked. They're both gone for that reason. Like you can't. Yeah,
congrats, you're better than Ollie and Nuno.
Exactly. Come on, that's not exactly an achievement, is it? Two managers that are gone.
We take the wins. We take the wins.
That's funny. Pep, Ragnick, Conte, all moaning agendas. Is Ragnick moaning? What's Ragnick? No, Ragnick said he's looking forward to it, but that's because it's his first time, isn't it? He's
probably manager takes on the challenge.
My G. Klopp moan, but he always gets what he wants. Not wants at like a normal winter break at the end of January. Now he always wins, so rivals can suck on that. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree.
One Premier League in 6 years is always winning. That's crazy.
Wow. More Champions Leagues than Pep Guardiola.
Pep's got 1 million league titles, bro. I swear he's not losing.
He would swap all of them bar one for a Champions League.
Who?
Pep Guardiola.
Pep's got Champions Leagues. You know that.
Yeah. With City.
Ah, there you go.
Based on that, so Pep gives up. Okay, yeah, cool. I was gonna say, would Jurgen Klopp give up his back-to-back Bundesliga titles
for a Champions League with Dortmund?
No, just in general. Because if Pep's got to give up some Champions Leagues, then
Klopp sorry. I'm saying my point is, if you look at his time with City.
Hang on, let me ask you this question. Let's just bring this down. Are you saying that Klopp's time in England has been better than Pep's?
No.
Good man.
Good man. It's not been better. It's not been better than Pep's.
But you just said that Pep would swap for what Klopp has got, so therefore it must be better. Why would you swap?
Personally, I believe that Pep. Listen, when Pep was brought into City,
you've done yourself here. You've done yourself, Lulu.
No.
Why would he swap?
Let me finish. When
Let
Pep
you think
was
of what
brought
to
in,
say, you mean. Go
on. When Pep was brought into City, his main objective would have been to win the Champions League. Of course, it would have been to be great domestically, which they have been, but they were winning league titles before Pep.
Yes.
Pep hasn't been able to win them a Champions League. Yes. He hasn't been able to win them a Champions League. So, in my opinion, Pep Guardiola would give up all of his Premier Leagues bar one, so he's got one, and replace them with the Champions League, in my opinion.
So therefore, he would have one Premier League and one Champions League, equaling what Klopp has done. So therefore, you think Klopp's achievement is better than Pep's?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to catch you out.
Yeah. No. We'll take it.
Unbelievable.
We'll take it.
Wow. Someone here said, bring Sonny back, please. Bring Sonny.
Hey, my G Sonny.
Do you guys reckon Gerrard would hand in all his awards and his trophy cabinet, all 4 of them, one Premier League trophy?
Yeah.
Nah.
Just asking.
Hang on.
Gerrard won a Champions League. He wouldn't swap that. I don't think he'd swap that.
Hang on. My point is, what? So say you are City's board. You're in that meeting when they meet with Guardiola. What is the main objective? What do they say to him?
Bro, if it was the main objective, he wouldn't be here for 6 years, bro.
Hang on. He is being told your main objective is to win the Champions League.
Then why is he still in a job after 6 years?
Because he's done an incredible job domestically, and they've come very close to the Champions League, winning, getting to the final, getting semi-finals. And if anyone's going to do it, it would be Pep. Pep's an incredible manager, the second best manager of all time, without question. But in my opinion, he would swap all of his Premier Leagues bar one for a Champions League.
I don't think so, man. I think
neither do I. I don't buy it. It doesn't make sense.
Me, you would rather one Premier League and one Champions League over 4 Premier Leagues, 5 League Cups, a couple of FA Cups.
As a Liverpool fan, would I swap?
Oh, now it's as a Liverpool.
No, as a Liverpool fan, would I swap what we've done in the league and Champions League over the last since 18-19, where it's been kind of Liverpool and Chelsea. So actually, no, that's not fair. Since
17,
Guardiola
18.
came, Guardiola came, and since Klopp came, would I swap in terms of the achievements? No.
Cool. Wow, so that's an interesting take. To hear
We've won all there is to win major tournaments.
Yeah, like twice though. They've won almost everything like 6 times.
What I would say is this though, is that I understand your argument to it. I get where you're coming from. Liverpool won those things in the past, but Klopp hasn't. It's a bit like Fergie going, I don't
Klopp
Klopp hasn't won the League Cup or the FA Cup.
No, that's why I said major tournaments.
Now it doesn't matter.
Stop it.
FA Cup is a major tournament. What I would say...
Oh, piss off. FA
Cup is a major tournament. It's part of the treble, the double.
Beginning of the show. This is what I told you at the beginning of the show. Liverpool fans in particular, when you compare all-time great teams, all of a sudden now the trophies that they didn't win don't matter because I don't even know why.
FA Cup's always been considered a major trophy.
If you're telling me you would rather win a league and a Champions League over 4 Premier Leagues, 4 Capital One Cups or whatever, 2 FA Cups, and then there's no way. There's no way.
No, it don't make sense.
What I would say is this though as well, the where you run the risk with your... I understand why you and some other Liverpool fans think what you think, because it's your way of kind of... I'm surprised you didn't throw in, but look at the money you spent as well as a way of making your achievements look better. The risk you run is if Pep wins the Champions League this year, he's 5-6 years at City outweigh Klopp's on a trophy haul gargantuanly. The point being is they're one trophy away from going into one of the conversation, one of the greatest ever Premier League and English teams of all time. I don't think this Jurgen Klopp team is near that yet because you've only won 2 trophies so far. So I don't think Pep would swap. Would he want a Champions League to be like the crowning jewel in the centerpiece in the crown? Yeah, absolutely. I think he definitely wants that. It's why they're striving for it. But yeah, I wouldn't say Klopp's achievements at Liverpool are better than what Pep has done in the last 5-6 years. Klopp's done amazingly, but
hang on. You look at where he's taken the team from, where he's taken them to.
Well, look what Pep's done. Look what Pep's done.
Klopp has done a better job than Pep, considering what he's done, where he took the team, what team he took over, and what team he's got now. Klopp has done a better job than Pep.
No, absolutely not. No chance. That's like saying Claudio Ranieri's done a better job than Pep because he won the league with Leicester.
But Claudio Ranieri's not done something that Pep hasn't done.
My point is, like,
he has. Pep Guardiola has never won a league title with a team not considered favourites.
Yeah, so he's not managed a team. But he's not managed a team that's not favourites.
Oh, so now it's only things that you've actually gone in and done. The point is, maybe if Klopp managed Man City with all their money, maybe he wouldn't do as well. Maybe Klopp needs.
So my point is,
you can all throw in those hypotheticals. At the end of the day, look, Klopp has done an amazing job. I don't want any Liverpool fan to think I'm not praising him and what he has done. But even when you look at City, like, don't underestimate the difference in this City to previous cities. Back-to-back league titles, first time in a decade, dominated the English domestic trophies as well. City were a team that would win a league and then go off the boil, and then win a league and then go off the boil. They win a bit of this, bit of that. Pep Guardiola has turned them into the most...
They've done that under Pep.
Yes, and that's why Pep's getting praised for it.
As in, they've won a league and gone off the boil under Pep.
No, they've won. They haven't. They haven't. This would be their 4th league in 5 years. That means they've had 1 season in the last 5
where they were like 20 points below Liverpool. You don't consider that off the boil?
Yeah, but they lost Laporte, so apapparently losing a big center back for the season really hurts your team.
So they've gone.
Losing one big center back hurts.
They went off the boil in the league that year, but they still won a trophy in that year, and they bounced back straight after.
They still recorded, by the way, Terry, like 82 points or something like that. It's not even like they fell off that much.
So Terry, I have a question for you guys. I have a question for you, and please answer it honestly. Do you think Klopp would have been able to do what Pep has done at City?
I guess we'll never know.
That's it.
That's a bullshit answer.
Let's move on.
But do you think Pep could have done what Klopp has done at Liverpool?
Why not?
I mean, the thing is, bro, you can't answer those questions. You can just go yes, or you can say no. Yeah. And I think if you backing Pep in this argument, you say yes. If you're backing Klopp, you're going to say no. But you can then throw that. You could throw that argument out into any debate ever. You know, would one of the greatest, like you look at your great managers from the 70s and 80s, would they have been able to handle the pressure of the Premier League and the cameras and the lights?
Exactly. You never know. That's it. You don't know.
But I'm asking you about two managers managing right now.
But you're still taking them from one situation into a hypothetical. We've never seen Jurgen Klopp manage the richest team in the league who are in most people's picks to win it, balance that squad, and have to try and win every tournament that they're in and not be allowed to like make certain trophies secondary. Because we haven't seen Jurgen Klopp in that environment, we don't know. Do I think he could do a very good job at City with their budget? Of course I think he can do that. But we don't know categorically. Either way, we also don't know how Pep would fare in that argument. And based on your argument, and you're saying what Klopp has done is better, I assume you're never going to put Pep Guardiola above someone like Sir Alex Ferguson then, who rebuilt.
No, Sir Alex Ferguson is the best manager ever by some.
Okay, I'm just trying to understand.
No one will ever touch Sir Alex Ferguson.
But that's the great thing about Liverpool fans' argument for Klopp being better than Pep is it actually elevates Fergie, because all the things that Klopp gets praised for, Fergie's done. So I quite like it, to be fair. That tends to be how it works. But I think Jurgen Klopp, I don't think Pep Guardiola would swap what he's achieved so far at Liverpool, at City, for what Klopp has done so far at Liverpool.
That boy goes to bed dreaming about the Champions League.
I don't think he would swap though.
Klopp just looks to his right at his medal cabinet and sees the medal there. The one that
Pep's won too, though. Like, so it's a bit.
Won it to say that.
You know what I mean? Come on.
Pep doesn't care about City enough.
Go back to the show. We'll go back to the show. There's a comment from Kieran that says, Terry, what is Penfold smoking? Can he send me some Penfold? You know, I haven't seen someone in ages. Penfold. So Liverpool over United because of Premier League. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't quite understand what you mean by that. Oh, no, he then said because of the Champions League instead. But what's your point to that, my friend?
Yeah, what's that? Yeah.
I agree with the Liverpool fan. Liverpool had problems winning the Champions League. They couldn't win the league. City had no problems winning domestic trophies.
Exactly.
They won the Champions.
So that's my point. That's my point. Liverpool could not win the Premier League before Klopp. He came in, did that. City could not win the Champions League before Pep. He came in.
That's such a binary way of that's such a black and white way of looking at it.
Louis, do you know what it sounds like? It's a slightly more sophisticated way of saying Man United beat Wolves and Wolves beat Liverpool. Therefore, Man United are better than Liverpool.
No, but you bring in a manager, or you bring in a player to do what the previous managers or players
hasn't left yet. What I would say is this: is that
do you remember when Aguero said he wouldn't leave City before he won the Champions League? Are we going to see the same thing? Are we going to say the same thing with Pep?
Maybe we will. Maybe we will. But that isn't the argument. The argument is, would Pep swap what he's done so far with Jurgen Klopp? I don't think he would. Maybe once he's gone, if he hasn't won it, he might. But you've got to remember as well, from Pep's point of view, Pep won't think about it as I've not won the Champions League.
Yes, he will.
Twice.
No. In terms of his legacy won't be defined by what he's done.
How do you know he would swap with Klopp? How do you know that though? What makes you?
Because it's
where is he
listen, I don't. He hasn't said it, and there is no way, as you guys said, for me to be 100% sure. Like you guys weren't with the other point. But my point is, any manager this isn't what he's defined by, but this is what people say when they want to banter Pep. It's the easiest thing to say. It's to go, well, you've never won the Champions League with Man City. You haven't won the Champions League with Man City. It's that easy thing to say. And it is a true point. In my opinion, and at the end of the day, this is just an opinion, he would swap what he has done domestically for Klopp's European and domestic success.
I can't buy that. There's so many
just goes back there. At the end of the day, this comes back to what you value more. And at the end of the day, for me anyways, a 38-game season done 4 times now, in the manner, the dominance in which he's done it will always be a more difficult feat and a better show of who the best team is, rather than an 8-game tournament where.
Oh no, I agree.
Hold on, we're a VAR call can deny Raheem Sterling in a game where they dominate.
I agree.
Respect Spurs in that game. Respect Spurs, because I know that's what you're referring to.
I do agree that the Champions League is harder. The Premier League is harder. I don't want people to say that, like, oh, the Champions League is hard. Like, what Pepper's done is harder to achieve.
There you go. So why would he swap it?
He did it
why
4
would he swap
times.
it then? Yeah. So why would he swap
because
it?
it's the pinnacle of what as football fans,
don't do that. Hold on, Louis. Don't do that, because as a Liverpool fan, I know before 1920, you would not have said that.
What?
Before 2019-20, you would not have said that the Champions League, you would rather win that than the Premier League. You guys were on your knees for it.
Yeah.
Before 1920.
No, I agree. We were on our knees. we were on each other. But if you ask Liverpool fans, would they have won 4 Champions Leagues instead of 5 and 1 Premier League? We would. If you ask Liverpool fans in 18-19, would we have swapped the Champions League, which we'd won 5 times already, for the Premier League? Yes, we all would have. You want to win what you haven't won.
Yeah, I understand that, but again, I think what you're discounting here is I don't think Pep looks at it as I haven't won a Champions League. He's won more than Klopp.
There's no asterisks on his Champions League at Barcelona.
Yeah, he won 2. Like, people put them out there. They say, he's got an asterisk. He sits at home crying about his medals because I've got to win one without Messi as I'm a failure. It's a nonsense. It's like Klopp looks at his and goes, I've got to win one without Mo Salah, otherwise I'm a failure. That no manager thinks like that. None. The reason why City will never sack Pep is because they put all their eggs in the Pep basket. There's a joke in there somewhere. They don't know who else to go from Pep's. Yeah, exactly. I hear you on that one. Thank you very much, my bro. Because of the Champions League, I saw that one earlier. I've got some super chats to catch up with. Then we've got to do the rest of these previews. How did we get here? Man United fans will die before saying any Liverpool manager is the best. Pointless debate just to demean Liverpool's achievements.
I just hate you guys so much.
But we didn't bring it up. And it's not about Liverpool's manager being the best. That isn't the point. Cool. Louis is not speaking for all of us. As I've said before, I will always want Liverpool to challenge on all fronts. All of the great teams have in the past. This is true. Very, very true indeed. Klopp is the most overrated manager of all time, guys. He has 3 league titles, 1 Champions League. Pep already has 2 Champions Leagues and has only lost the league thrice. What does thrice mean?
3 times.
3 times. I thought so. Why don't you write 3 times? Dyslexic means confused. Zizou wipes the floor with Klopp.
Oh, Zidane with his 4 Champions Leagues. I like that.
We can have
That's true, though, isn't it? Is that true? So Jurgen Klopp's won 1 league, 1 Champions League. He wouldn't swap that for Zidane's 1 league, 3 Champions.
No, of course.
Zidane has 2 leagues and 3 Champions Leagues.
What's wrong? Why are you crying?
What's the matter?
What's wrong?
This crying girl has got me out of losing an argument.
Yeah, exactly. See, at least you know you're losing it, innit? You know.
Move on.
What's the matter? Did you do something naughty? No? I bet you did. No, I didn't. Okay. All right. Come on, give me cuddles. I'm at work, baby. You all right? I'm not getting too close. You got snot box. He knows. You need to go and wipe that nose, my sweetheart. All right, come here. Mwah. Go on, you go off. I'll see you in a bit. Love you.
This is the side of the football terrace you guys don't get to see.
That's it. Live and direct.
Exactly.
Lock the door. I should lock the door.
Tell me, you're heartless.
Bless her. You know it'll be. She will have been told to go to bed, or she's very worried about getting taken off the good list at the moment. She's very
so
I told her I went out and bought myself a Christmas present today. I bought myself a really nice drone to fly because I'm a geek. But I told her I was going to see Santa. When I came back, she was waiting at the door. She saw my car come down the drive. She was waiting at the door. She said, "Daddy, what did you say to Santa?" she was so prang about it. I was like, "Oh, I forgot." I was like, "Oh yeah, I had a good chat. Just one more day to be good." Shit. Well done. Created a monster. To be fair, Guardiola's self-sabotaged himself in the Champions League is what Wesley says.
He did last year in the finals versus Chelsea when he fought it and didn't play a DM, and against Tottenham, it's criminal for him to lose that second game. But it is what it is anyway. That's not for now. Let's
exactly. David says respect the Premier League because United became successful because of it. Would United and Fergie be so successful without the dominance in the domestic leagues? Absolutely not.
But they dominated in Europe as well.
I hear you. And we did. We were brilliant.
You
Paul
were
had-
incredible.
Paul have 2 Champions Leagues. European Cup was very different, and during that time, I don't know what that word would say.
Is that saying
Lane teams were much, or something teams were much better with Ajax, Bayern.
Latin American teams.
Well, Latin American teams in Europe.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Like he's talking about like Boca Juniors and like Santos and shit like that.
That's why he's saying,
He's saying
like,
when
being
Liverpool
like,
were winning their Champions Leagues, the teams in South America were like the best teams on the planet.
yeah, that's what
Right. Okay. I hear what you're saying there. Which is, I have heard that argument before, but it's one that I'm not prepared to have out loud. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to give you the first clue tonight for the Football Terrace secret phrase. If we hit, while we're live on the air, over 900 likes. That's what we're asking for, is 900, and we're going to give you the first clue for the brand new Football Terrace secret phrase for you to super chat in and guess. So remember, don't forget to do that in your super chat. Jose is better than Pep and Klopp because he won the Chelsea the Premier League after 50 years and Champions League with Porto. It's a great point. Hang on, Lulu. Hang on, Lulu.
Yeah, let's see what you're saying now, because otherwise you just shot yourself in the foot.
Louis.
Hang on, had they not won? Had they not won the Premier League in 50 years?
Yeah,
Who? Chelsea.
Yeah, it's about 50. Bro, that's why we all used to sing "Shit Club No History." Like they ain't won it in a long time.
What are you saying now, Louis?
Before they won the league.
No.
Jordan's better than Klopp. That's not a debate.
Oh, you know what happens here, Lulu? This is what happens. Lulu, this is what happens when you create an agenda to win one argument.
No, sorry. My headphone's not working.
They're not working, are they?
It's not even a conversation, though. Jose is definitely better all time than Klopp.
Proceed.
That is a big conversation.
I've never hated a manager more than Jose Mourinho. The guy is classless. The guy is classless.
Oh no! Man who just celebrated from behind tackle that ended someone's season. Good to know.
Where is this ending his season nonsense come from? So he's had the scan, and the news has been public in 3 hours.
So would you feel bad would you feel bad then if he was out for the season?
Yeah, of course, but he's not. So let's stop saying that he's out. Hang on. Maybe Andy Robertson's going to get a long-term impact from that impact on the shin, and he's going to be out for the season. We don't know. Let's stop talking ifs, buts, and maybes.
We'll do it. Let's just relax. No if, buts, and maybes. You're saying cool. We'll hold that one against you. Right. Next game to preview: Man City, Leicester. Simple one, right? Again, Leicester can't win.
Terry, how are they going to cope without Ricardo Pereira, who's out for the season? I don't know.
Touche. Nah, Terry, how many times did I tell you on your show? I've said it a million times now. City will go on a 15-game winning streak. It happens every single year, and that's usually when they run with the title. I think they're on like 7 or 8 right now, and their run until the 15 games is pretty straightforward. It's coming, man.
Yeah, it looks that way. I mean, also Leicester. It's just a moment here to talk about that bottle job, Brendan Rodgers.
Why? Yeah, why is no one talking about it? Like the same.
It happens every year, bro.
Yeah,
it's not a surprise anymore.
They were 3-1 up. That is actually mad against.
That's light work for Rodgers, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This could be the 4, 5. But this could be bad.
I'll say 4-1 City.
I do not see Leicester scoring.
I like the 4. When I'm looking here at the odds, I'm liking the 4, but I'm gonna go 4-0. 11 to 1 to win 4-0.
That sounds realistic. 4-0.
4-0. I think 4-0 is a good one. I'm gonna stick a little £2.50 bet on 4-0 there. I just think they're going to batter them. And Leicester look done. Leicester look finished. Leicester look over. Do you know what I mean?
Leicester played a strong team last night as well, didn't they?
Do you know what's crazy as well, though? I have to have a go at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer here.
Why?
I'll stay here. I'll stay for this.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had me so down and depressed that I was prepared to take Brendan Rodgers. This is my advice, kids. This is my advice, kids.
Mate.
This is my advice, kids. This is my actual advice, kids. Never get serious or move in with a rebound. Never get with a rebound. The rebound is a bad idea. The rebound is a rebound. It should be loose. It should be casual, fully protected, but completely casual. I nearly got into one of the worst rebound relationships ever by endorsing Brendan. I have no balls. No balls. This man, Eunuch. Brendan Eunuch Rogers. Eunuch. No balls. New balls, please. He is the worst. He's the worst.
I do
The worst.
have to run. So thank you for having me, Terry.
Not
I've
a
got to go
problem.
and play some I've got to go and play some football. I've enjoyed the debate.
Please, no bad
fun.
tackles, yeah?
It's not
Stay on
no
your feet.
debate, bro.
No,
It's
no.
too one-sided.
Stay-
to do
stay-
debate.
If you
No.
get tackled from behind tonight and get
Yeah,
hurt,
stay on your
know.
feet.
I'm
Absolutely.
coming back from a very serious knee injury. I
Oh,
understand
wow.
Ricardo.
Yeah.
I understand Ricardo Pereira's.
Yeah, I see you in the
issues
studio
his
next. I'm going to go through you, Louis. One time. One
Pause.
time. One time.
Pause.
Wait, don't forget, I cover wrestling for a living. Yeah, I know moves.
So you know how to pretend to hit me. Oh, I'm scared.
No,
Terry was like
Terry.
an Olympic.
Nah, it's all rubbish. It's all rubbish.
Oh,
Me and Louis are gonna have a spice. That's KJ and Louis that have called me out. That want to fight me now in the studio. Both of them. Have said they wanna fight me.
Me and KJ against you. Like it, strong.
But you two versus me would just about make it a little bit difficult. Like it's one of them ones. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are 40 likes away from hitting the 900 mark for the first
Wow,
clue. 40 likes away
Decent.
from that first clue, people. We've locked that bet in. If you want to get some score prediction bets in, get them done as well. This here says Jose is better than Klopp. Clown. These Lib fans are so dying.
To say that Klopp's better than Jose, that's madness. Even though Jose was washed when he came to Spurs and is basically washed now. Come on, man. Look what Jose's done in his career. Like the guy is a legend. He's a GOAT when it comes to coaches or managers, whatever you want to call it. He's up there.
Jose's past it now, but people end up talking about the modern day Jose as if he's the past Jose, and I don't think that's obviously fair to do. The next game we're talking, people, they're back in action. Manchester United up away at the mighty Newcastle. I shouldn't really be laughing, but before we do that, because I know you guys want a super chat, you've been waiting. The first clue, and I've written it down. I'm always ready with my clues here. This is ready for the first clue to win a PlayStation 5. You don't always see it straight away. That is the first clue. You don't always see it straight away. That's your first clue, people. Get them super chats in. Get your guesses in for the Football Terrace secret phrase. But Man United Newcastle, Liaz, you must be absolutely buzzing about playing one of the worst teams in Premier League history on the 27th.
see Man United play, honestly. Oh, 1 second.
No, you're there, mate.
Am I buffering again?
You're
you're a little buffery. Yeah, you're a little buffery.
That's weird. Anyways, I'll try my best. No, I'm excited. United hasn't played for a while. The last game that we played against Norwich wasn't a good performance. So I am excited to see what we can get from them this time. But listen, the performance has to be better than last time. I'm excited to see what the lineup's going to say. I'm excited to see if he makes any changes, especially to that forward line. But a lot will go off based on that. And I think that if he is to bring in Greenwood into the team, maybe Pogba isn't back. I think Varane is back. Maybe he comes back into the team. I want to see a good response from United because it's been a while since we watched them play. Again, the last performance wasn't good enough. Let's see what Rangnick's been able to do in this time away.
Yeah.
How about yourself, Patty? I mean, do you see Newcastle causing any problems to United?
Come on, Terry. I know you got to ask these questions, but come on, like there's no way. I'm excited to see how you guys set up. To be fair, Ragnick's had the team for a little while now. I know you kind of got hit with a COVID outbreak, so you had to you weren't in the ground at Carrington. But now that he's had the team for a couple of weeks, I want to see how you guys set up, how you press, if you got the energy to last the full 90. And I'm excited to see a good game of football, a lot of goals. This is going to be a game where you guys stat pad. Going to be a lot of goals, get that goal difference up. I can't really see Newcastle doing anything. It's a shame because I've always liked Newcastle. I've always respected their fan base, the fact that they always fill St. James. They're always one of the most passionate and in terms of their fan base, they're just always on it. Like whenever I've gone to Newcastle, everyone in the town is a massive Newcastle fan. But it looks like they're down and out already. It looks like they're gone.
Yeah, they look. Do you know what this is, right? Like I've not really thought about Newcastle as a competitor for a long time now, mainly because they haven't been competitive for
Yeah.
over 10, 15 years or so now. It might be a bit less, could be a bit more. Yeah, with respect, I don't remember. The only reason I'm glad to see them really failing right now is because they're dangerous with this money, and not now, not in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, time. And every year, I feel they spend away from the Premier League. I think getting relegated is a 2-year dent into them becoming a powerhouse.
Yeah, definitely.
So I very much look at it along the lines. That's what I need. I need Newcastle to fail because it's another team that we don't have to
worry about for now.
Beat away of a stick. Yeah, it's true, and it's completely calculated. You know, sometimes you used to watch. Remember the show The Weakest Link with Anne Robinson?
Yeah.
And every now and then, like you'd have a round where they'd all vote the best person out to get rid of the strongest person. It almost feels like we've got to vote out. Or if you were voting, you'd vote them out. So strategically to get rid of him because it might give you a better chance of winning. So not only do I want to beat Newcastle, I want to just be another nail in the Premier League coffin for them. I want them to go down. I want their growth, which will happen, and they will reach brilliant levels, I believe. But I want that to be delayed as much as possible.
Because I'm seeing talks about Trippier, and now, you know, a lot of fans were confident that they would get Kieran Trippier. And I'm thinking, why would Kieran Trippier, no disrespect, go to Newcastle right now? I don't understand. Why would he?
Hold on, no. Patrick, that's an easy one. He is what, 32, 33, 34. He has a chance to make generational money that he's never going to make again.
He's not that old, is he?
Trippier, I swear, is in his early 30s, bro. His career is not like it's only going down from here. He has a chance to make good money that he will not make anywhere else, money that he's probably never made. And he's going to be back in the Premier League, back in England. I think it probably helps his England chances.
At Newcastle, it doesn't help you if you're getting battered 4-0, 5-0, you're losing games every week in and week out.
Of course, but this is where you like if you want to talk about it that way, who are they ever going to attract? But they have money now. They're going to overpay for players. This is what Man City did as well. I mean, obviously he's no Robinho, but you have to overpay for players. And listen, Trippier at this point in his career, I think is fully happy to go to Newcastle for 6 months even. Because here's another thing: if they get relegated, he can always just leave.
Like, I don't know. I can't see it personally. I still think Trippier is better than Newcastle right now. He could get a better team. Yes, he won't obviously be on like 175k a week. I get that. Crazy, yeah. But that is crazy. But still, come on, he can do better.
Like, who is Trippier to turn down that kind of money? That's my point. Like,
but that's the thing. They're taking the piss now because they can, can't they? They hold the chips.
Yeah, they do. Look, I think they will sign players like Trippier. I think they will make some good signings in January. And I think part of their caveat will be we know we might still get relegated. They won't want to put relegation release clauses in, but they will guarantee them their money in the championship. I think that's what they will do. And for a lot of players, they've got to weigh this up. Now, Trippier is already a millionaire, but he could look at this as, do you know what? This could be the biggest contract of my life, like a 4-year deal. You've got like James Tarkowski's another link. Now, James Tarkowski, how old is he? He's got to be mid to late 20s.
Yeah,
it's about 29, something like that.
Yeah, so for him, he could work himself. I don't know how much money he's made in his career. Let's say after tax, he's made a couple of million quid tops. And I know some people, and that's maybe a stretch. That's got to last him the rest of his life. And I know most of us to make that last the rest of our lives. But do you know what? Once you bought a house and you put your kids through private school, you paid your tax bills, maintenance on the house, helped some family and friends out, he's not going to be left with he ain't going to be super rich. But this is a chance for him to become super rich. This is a chance to go, do you know what? I could do a 4-year deal here, which by the end of it, I'll walk away after tax with 5-6 million quid.
Tarkowski's 29, by the way.
Yeah,
29,
I thought that.
It could be something that quadruples. I don't know what's more than a quadruple. What's after quadruple? You're clever.
Centuple, maybe? I don't know.
Quintuple? I don't know.
Like whatever it is, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times his net worth. And I think this is the one thing I wouldn't.
You know what?
They can pull people into that, bro. They can do that.
I'm really excited to see that this January, who Newcastle attract, because obviously this is the first transfer window with their super funds, and they need to get players in now as well. So it'll be really exciting being a football fan to see who they get in, because they need players, and it'll be interesting to see who comes in now, knowing the state they're in, and obviously what fees they come in for and what wages. That'll be quite interesting.
There's a comment here from Jose Mourinho. He says, I'm the only manager to Premier League during the Fergie era.
That's
wrong. That's wrong, by the way. Pep did it in 17-18 and then 18-19.
No, in the Pep era, in Fergie's era.
Yeah, Fergie was gone then.
Fergie was gone then.
Okay.
Leah showing he's a
What about
plastic.
Arsenal? Hold on. What about Wenger? He didn't do it?
Leah showing he's a plastic.
Hold on. I'm not a City fan. My fault.
Wenger never retained shit, bro.
Wenger didn't retain the league.
That's why I don't consider him a great manager. I have a
Ooh.
No, listen, I have a standard. You have to retain the league title in a major league and win a Champions League to qualify for what I consider great. And that's and some people what I've probably done wrong is I probably should use a better word than great. It should be a bigger word than great.
Elite, right? That's what you're saying.
So you want to call it elite, and whatever the
goated.
title is under
goated. That's the new slang. So say
goated.
that, yeah, goated.
So if I say goated, then he ain't in that because my criteria to get into the top managerial criteria, you've got to have that's a qualifier, and when you're in it, we then like differentiate the rest of you. I've always said
not many are making it then, boy. So that's quite a harsh criteria.
You've got to make it like elite. You've got to make like hard to get into. Like
not many are making it, boy.
Nah, not many are.
Yeah,
fully rested squad 4-0 coming for third spot. I wanted to ask you about that, Lies. Can you see Manchester United or any team catching Chelsea or the third place in the league?
No, I don't think so. I think Chelsea will come third. I'm more worried about fourth at this moment, anyways. To be honest with you, I'm not even looking up there. But yeah, I think Chelsea. Like the thing is, we're talking about crisis. They still haven't lost. They lost to Sin City. They haven't lost a game, right? They're still just drawing a lot of games. So I mean, even for their crisis, Chelsea, even at their worst, are a highly organized team. They keep it close. So I think they will come third, to be honest with you.
Yeah, look, I still think they will. Thank you very much for that super chat. We will put your 4-0 bet on in a few moments. Spurs fans will respect Newcastle. It's not easy being crap. Trophyless for so long. We should have a debate on whether we should include Spurs in the top 6.
Get out of here. This debate is boring and tired now. Like and it's fans like
it's one-sided too.
Yeah, exactly. It's silly, isn't it? Of course, the Spurs are a top 6 team. Of course, we are. In terms of our history, I mean the Premier League. I mean, trophy started before the Premier League peaks, by the way. So there's that. In terms of the revenue we create, in terms of our fan base, in terms of pretty much where we finished for the last 10, 11 years, the fact that we were continuously playing Champions League football. There's so many factors. I mean, if we weren't a big club, we wouldn't be attracting your Jose Mourinho's and your Contes and. You know, I could go on all day, but yeah, I think
and all that
those two great unemployed managers.
Listen, Conte had his Jose, cool, I get it, but Conte could go anywhere. Do you know what I mean? Conte is a top manager, so for him to choose Spurs, there must be something in it. So yeah.
No, listen, it's one of them ones. Spurs are in it as far as I'm concerned. It's just that definitely one of the top 6.
We just need to get a trophy and shut these lot up because that's what we keep throwing at. Yeah, we need a trophy, man.
This
is, by the way, Terry, why I said the last 2 seasons, Leicester coming so close to making that top 4 back-to-back years.
Bro, if they would have done it, yeah.
Bro, if they had made it either of those years, it would have allowed them to keep growing and growing as a football club. Honestly, it would have just continued their growth. And then I think you'd have this conversation. Are they a top 6?
Have they surpassed Spurs? Yeah, I was getting worried, man. I was getting worried. I can't lie. But now I can't see Leicester really. I can't see them in the mix again.
They look like they're on the decline.
Leicester are gone they're gone for a while now. There's no doubt about it at all. There we go. You're absolutely right there, my man. Let's get this past 1,000 likes. 100% watch ratio would be amazing on the show. So let's get that done, people. Score predictions though. We've had the 4-0 that's been put in by I can't remember his name. By Josh. So we're going to put the 4-0 on there, which is for Man United to win 4-0 with 22-1. He put a £2 super chat in there. So we're going to match his bet up and do that. What are you saying, Lias? What's the score going to be in this game for Man United?
I'll go 3-0. I'll go 3-0 United.
3-0.
That was going to be my one as well, 3-0.
All right, we'll stick a little £3.50 in there. A few people ask me, do I bet for 3-0? This is my money that I gamble with. So that is mine. So it doesn't belong to anybody else. It's mine. It's in my account. I was about to top it up with my own bank card. I'm not going to let you see that on the screen.
Come on,
how quick are the football Terrace faithful?
Yeah.
The 419ers will get you nicely, bro.
Yeah, on that, it'll be straight out. So that's what we've gone with on there. We'll give you guys a bit of time if you want to put any score predictions in. I want your score predictions in the comment as well. Prime here says Patrick.
Yeah, I was about to ask you, Terry. Can you pull that up? I'm glad you did. So yeah, Prime, what's going on? Patrick, why didn't Spurs, both fans and players, take the Conference League serious? They generally could have won it. I did, and you've seen me on here saying that I wanted us to win it. I know some fans turn their nose up at it, but for me, it's a trophy. We were in it for a reason. That's where we deserve to be in terms of finishing 7th. So I'm not going to turn my nose up at it. Over the course of a season, we finished 7th. We deserve to be in that. I wanted us to win it. We got thrown out, so it is what it is. But yeah, I wanted to win it, man. And a lot of fans were in the same boat as me. And once I spoke to the ones that turned their nose up at it and explained it's a trophy, it's European silverware, it's the chance for these guys who haven't won anything to propel themselves to the next step and actually get that winning mentality, they understood where I was coming from. So yeah, I'd probably disagree with you, Prime. Most Spurs fans did want to win it, but also at the same point or same vein, now we're out, let's focus on trying to get top 4 and obviously winning the Carabao. So it's one of them ones. I do understand the gripe, but also some fans will be like, you know what, fuck it. It's a nonsense trophy. Let's concentrate on the stuff that actually matters, which is, you know, it is what it is, isn't it? But I did want to win it, to be fair.
No, I think Spurs. I think that some Spurs fans. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world to be out of. Especially, it's one of those hard things. It's almost the damage was already done in that tournament before Conte came in. So whenever you get a new, I don't know if you feel like this, like Lias. Like when I look at Man United, we've both been in this situation this year. I'm not looking at the things that went wrong this season anymore as if they happened, because Ollie's not here anymore. It's like a fresh slate with a new manager. Yeah. It's almost, I'm not like, Ralph isn't responsible for the things that went wrong. So therefore, I'm just not angry anymore at the playing staff or the management for where we are in the league. Does that make what happens from now on in is on them, but like the damage is already done. So I feel like Spurs fans are kind of in that weird conundrum where, you know, if Nuno was still here, I think there'd be a bit more anger because
exactly.
Yeah, so who are you going to be angry at? The man whose fault it wasn't.
We've got to look forward now, man. And I'm seeing stuff about we can appeal it. I don't know. I think Conte's come out and said that in public, but I think behind closed doors they're like, you know what, fuck it off. Let's concentrate on the other stuff.
Conte is gassed to be out of that tournament.
Yeah, like Conte. Let's be real as well. Conte's not great in Europe. Let's be honest. You know, let's call a spade a spade.
Conte, one game a week. Conte, we've seen that.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. I think, if we're being honest with our squad where we are right now, with Conte coming in when he came in, I think one game a week and the domestic trophies is probably better for us right now where we are. So you got to be honest as well. I know your capabilities, so it's not the worst thing in the world. But like I said, I did want to win it as we were in it.
Hear you on that, gents. Thank you very much for doing the final show before the Christmas period. We haven't had a super chat. It's just come through just as we're about to end here from the Red Wolf, who says, did you know the last time Spurs won the league was closer to the Victorian age than the modern era? That's a madness, bro.
Someone spent £5 to tell you that.
I know, yeah. Well done, Red
Money well
Wolf.
spent.
Exactly, one of the best super chats of 2021.
Like, you know what? It's a good one, isn't it? You got to give it to him. It's a good one. Yeah,
that was brilliant. Absolutely phenomenal super chat that was. You had a guess at the secret phrase, though, my friend. You should have had a guess at the secret phrase. Everybody that has tuned in, though, a massive thank you to each and every single one of you. Until next time, take care, goodbye, God bless, and we'll see you all again very, very soon. Remember to check out Bet Victor. All the links are in the description below. Thank you to them over 2021. And we look forward to a very, very good festive period. And, of course, the return of this show in 2022. Take care. Goodbye. God bless again. And I'll see you all soon. Thank you.